Good morning. Well, it's another lovely day here in the south of France, in the 20s, I guess. So I'm going to tackle today is I'm going to get the irrigation system finally hooked up. I may not do the pumps today. Maybe I will. I don't know. But I'm going to do all the valves that select from coming from the grey water or from the street, and I'm going to put in the flow meter. I'm also going to finish attaching the hose connector. That will be where the hose connects eventually, and the another thing for irrigation for the drippers, and the other box that was near that pole where I put the concrete by the post. So then I'll be able to fill that in, and we put plants around it and do that kind of stuff shortly. And that's another thing I want to do here, which is behind the greenhouse here, is I want to fill that whole corner in. So I give that poor old tree a chance, the cypress tree a chance, because it's not looking that great. It's been kind of sitting on the edge of a trench for almost 2 years now. So let's get some dirt around it and let's get it so it can be watered. Anyways, let's see how I do on this. Good morning. Well, it's the next day. Yesterday was a bit of a, shall we say, we didn't have my thinking cap on a few times and did a few stupid things. But yeah, one of them was I pulled up on the tap that's going to be buried under the ground for the hose. If I ever want to use a hose in the garden to power wash or water a pot or something, pulled up on it, cracked the connector. So it took me about an hour and a half to fix that and save it so I could put it back in again. It was pretty stupid. I don't know, just a bunch of other things I did so it wasn't my best day, let's put it this way. Today, I'm going to finish the other half of what I was hoping to do yesterday, which is to work on the connections for the irrigation system near the greenhouse. Another thing I did actually a couple days ago, or on the weekend with a friend of mine, is we dug out the post that is part of the arbor, just the front side, and we were able to pull it and twist it and actually straighten it up. So it wasn't that exciting, so I just buried it, but you can imagine what happened. I basically dug the concrete. There's a huge concrete about 1.5 2 foot wide, big kind of ball under it. Just pulled it forward a bit, over a little bit, put the dirt back on it. Seems to be fine. I also took a hammer, I took I-beam, pushed it against, I used clamps to squeeze the metal with blocks of wood behind it to get the bump out of and the bow out of where the guy who was digging the pool hit the tractor or the digger with. So that was, once again, it wasn't that exciting. It just kind of bent it that way. So I didn't even need to heat it up. It's not perfect, but because there's going to be a vine growing up it anyways, a clematis or something, you're never going to see it, and we don't care that much. So next week or later in this week, I'm going to maybe even tomorrow, I'm going to start painting that. We also took the topper off there, and we found out that it's like a ball thing. We're going to kind of paint it and do something snazzy with that. We're not sure yet what. We may even replace it, but we found out that it's clay, which is weird. I was expecting it to be metal. So it's like a finial that goes on top of there. So it's interesting. We don't really like the look of it, so we may swap it out for something. We're not sure yet. We'll see. But anyways, so today, on with doing the irrigation system, the automated valves, and hopefully getting the flow meter working. So let's get on to that. So I'm kind of giving up. It's the third day of this, trying to get all these things connected. And unfortunately, because I'm using an American flow meter, trying to get it to connect to European metric pipes is quite difficult. So I'm going to have to go and buy some new connectors that actually convert it. I try to do a jerry rig kind of thing, but it just leaks everywhere. I've tried different washers or rubber gaskets and things like that, and it's not working. So I'm gonna have to kind of go back to the drawing board and somehow try to get the connectors off this and put on different ones. And yeah, so we're gonna have to see what I can do with this. So that's gonna go on hold for now. Another issue was so a lot of my connectors, that I had bought, the amount of height on the actual thread is a lot, it's just off by about 1/2 centimeter. So this one's like 1.5 centimeters and this one is 2 centimeters deep, and that goes nicely in to connect things. This one doesn't. So I've got to adapt. I've also got to try to find other ones with these that have slightly longer ends on them. So it's just been kind of one of those few days where I've been fighting all the hard stuff. You know, it's not easy, but still it's, you know, especially trying to get into such a small box in such a small area. It's not been the easiest. However, it's these stupid connectors that just because I'm dealing with metric and imperial, everything's doesn't quite fit. Like one's 33.4 centimeters and the other one's like 34 points, so it's just off enough that, you know, no matter how much how many washers or you know, what the threads are like, or you tape it or whatever, it doesn't matter. It's just still gonna leak. So I'm gonna have another think about this, end this video here because I'm getting frustrated and I got lots of other stuff to do. So I think my next thing is going to be to start painting the little gazebo thing and getting that ready for plants. Another unfortunate thing is that the plants have been delayed yet again, so they're not coming now until kind of the middle of April. It's not ideal, but what can we do? So it gives me a little more time, not as much pressure to get things done, but I'd like to get this done so I can move inside the house. Anyways, what can I say? Not the best story, not the best ending, but I will pick it up and I will figure it out eventually. It's just not what I wanted to do. So anyways, really appreciate you watching me. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a follow if you don't mind. And talk to you next video, and we'll see if I can get this thing sorted. Cheers.